Hello and good evening. Today we'll be discussing the society and economy under the old regime. There will be guest appearances from some French aristocrats, English aristocrats, peasants, and those involved in major revolutions. We will now go to Michelle for some breaking news.
Thank you, Amanda. So, Elise, what is your take on the basis of status?
Well, the basis of status is based on the amount of land you own, and because, I own a lot of land, I don't really mind it and all, but, I kind of depend on the ones poorer than me.
What was with that violent outburst?
We're just not going to grow these crops anymore. Where'd you go?
As you can see, the peasants here are very angry. That was just an exclusive story, straight from Newscast of the Past. Back to you, Amanda.
Well, as Michelle said, that is something you saw here first on Newscast from the Past. A lot has occurred in that interview. The peasants no longer wanted to be peasants, as it seemed they were horribly treated. We will now visit Elise to see some men who majorly contributed in the Industrial Revolution.
The Industrial Revolution consisted of change and ideas that contributed to the increase of production of goods. Edmund and James, can you please share with us what your contribution is?
Well, I created the spinning jenny, which allows for 120 spindles of cotton to be spun.
Wow.
Well, I created the power loom, which is for machine weaving.
Wow, that's so interesting. Back to you, Amanda.
Oh, hi guys. Those men really helped in all centuries after. Those inventions really shaped cotton. We will take a quick commercial break with a word from our lovely sponsors. When we come back, we will have a very interesting interview segment from Mariah and the Agricultural Revolution. You won't want to miss this. This is so hard. I don't understand how to do this.
Why are you still knitting? That's so 15th century.
What else could you use?
The spinning jenny, of course. It's faster, easier, and less of a hassle than knitting.
Oh wow, that is so much easier. My life has changed forever.
To order your spinning jenny, send a letter to 123 Historical Lane. The spinning jenny is at a great low price of $19.95. Horse and buggy not included.
And we're back with those who majorly contributed to this revolution. Jethro, what do you have to say?
I improved farming by first using the iron plow to dig and to be allowed to cultivate.
That's awesome. And what about you, Charles?
I taught people how to cultivate and to start practicing crop rotation.
And how about you, Robert?
Well, I found out new ways to breed animals.
That's really great. And what about you?
I wrote a collection of essays on agriculture.
Well, this certainly has been an interesting interview. Back to you, Amanda.
That segment was so interesting, wasn't it? Well, our next segment will be when I visit Europe. I will talk to a very successful noble, and there will be news that you won't want to miss here. You'll see it first here on Newscast from the Past. Okay, so here I am in Europe with one of the nobles. What is your view on life during this time?
Well, we are demanding the bureaucracy of legal privileges that they believe was being taken away. Peasants want their customary rights back, yet we do not want individual rights, but want to be treated as a group. Is that too much to ask for?
Well, thank you for your insight. After the break, we'll talk about aristocracy with Kathy.
Thanks, Amanda. As you all know, this century is the great age of aristocracy. The nobility constitutes approximately 1 to 5% of the population of any given country. But in each country, it is the wealthiest section of the population that has the greatest amount of social, political, and economic power. The smallest, wealthiest, and most socially responsible aristocracy is currently in Great Britain. Let's see what a British aristocrat has to say about the French nobility.
Okay. We only have 400 families, while the French has 400,000 nobles. That is so much. Also divided between the nobles of the sword and those of the robe. Us nobles own about 1/4 of all arable lands in Britain, while the hobereaux are only a little better off than wealthy peasants. The British nobility is obviously more superior than the French. Just saying. Being a Prussian noble, I know how to treat my serfs right. I do have complete control over them, but they do have my respect. Unlike those Russian nobles just use them as a basis for money. There's little difference between slavery and serfdom. That's not right. However, we're smarter than those Ottoman nobles. Those Ottoman nobles let those peasants run free, and they try to assert authority over them. That wouldn't happen. We all know that they're going to rebel. It's just common sense. Is your horse like this? It doesn't move, and when it doesn't move fast?
Maybe it's the horseshoes.
The horseshoes?
Yes, this horse has iron horseshoes that allows the horse to move faster, easier, and so much smoother.
I should definitely get that for my horse. Thanks. How do I order it?
Just write a letter to 123 Historical Lane, and it will be shipped to you in 2 to 3 months.
Oh, perfect! I can't wait to get my horseshoes. We are family. No husband and I'm lonely. We are family. Need a husband 'cause the economy. We are family. Family life is hard, can't you see? We are family. My daughter is pregnant and 16. Everyone can see we're in trouble as we walk on by. I had a sister die during childbirth since it was risky. Ouch! All of the girls have to work on the farm just to provide food. All the people around say, how will they survive? We are family. Amazing. Those girls and Girls in Motion really know how to sing and dance. I really want to see their concert when they come out. Even their songs is deep and meaningful. Family life was very hard in this century. Childbirth was very dangerous and led to many deaths. Losing a husband meant even oldest daughters had to work on the farm. And then the widow had to find a husband because they needed it for the economy. Farming was a major source of income, and those men had to work hard, while the women maintained the households and the children. Who knew family life could be so hard? Now here's a segment from Michelle, all based on population.
In the past few years, there has been a steady increase in the population size of Europe. In the year 1700, there were only about 110 million people. Now, in the year 1850, there are around 1,850,260,000 people. This population increase was due to many reasons, such as the death rate drastically declined in urban and rural areas, there were few wars and little disease, and the introduction of the potato, which was found in the New World. And here are some interesting facts about potatoes. On a single acre, one family can produce enough potatoes for an entire year. And then the potato provided new labor, which increased the population in cities. And also, the rich carbs and proteins and vitamins found in potatoes allowed for families to grow. The population explosion created new demands for food, jobs, and services, which is a definite positive for all Europeans.
They were smiling like creepily. Like this.
Great man if I was a man.
Okay, I was fighting the worst 3 times.
Did it click?
Yeah.